And welcome to our film session here with Coach Healy. And Coach, last week, UT Martin, another game for you guys, put up quite a few points. Tell us a little bit about it.
We started slow, and that's been a problem with our guys all year long thus far. So we've got to start faster. I did think we played hard in the second half. I think we were able to move the ball when we executed well on the offensive side. Turnovers got us again, and we got to make sure and get some stops. I think that third down conversions for our defense getting off the field and our offense didn't execute was a big difference in the football game as well. So give a lot of credit to them. I think they're a really good football team. They'll have a lot of success as the rest of the year goes on. I think we were able to take some positives out of it, but again, shot ourselves in the foot way too many times.
So we'll go ahead and move right on into our first play here. Kendall Morris with a big run here. Let's look at it and see what you saw.
Well, it's a quick flash motion by the receiver, and we caught him in an edge pressure in a blitz, and I think Tamarius did a really good job of making sure we pitched off 41 here on the option play. If he attacks a quarterback, then we pitch it to the running back. If he went wide with the running back, then Tamarius would run it himself. Caught him in an edge pressure, made it a short edge, and we were able to pitch it. Great job by Tiny, Kyron Moore down here. He's run the corner into the sidelines, and there's no one to be able to tackle Kendall. So really good run, great play call by Wes Satterfield.
It is a big run by Kendall, and that is keeping Kendall Morris only 45 yards away from his 1,000-yard mark in his career. He would be the 25th player at Austin Peay to do so. Our next play, we have Tamarius Mitchell at quarterback this time, and we've seen a little bit of alternating going on there at the quarterback position, but on this one, has good views and seems to do pretty well.
Yeah, it's really good protection up front. You can see we run a 4 vertical scheme here. Tamarius extends the play, gets out of the pocket, throws a comeback to Tiny there, and Tiny makes 2 guys miss and gets in the end zone for a touchdown. I think Tiny's been really elusive in the open field. He's done a lot of things with the yards after the catch. Good job by Tamarius of making sure he keeps his eyes downfield, finding the open receiver, throws a good ball on the outside pad, and then Tiny does a great job making 2 really good players miss and finding a way to get in the end zone.
And as we've seen all year, that he is more than capable of making those moves. Next play, Coach, we have Kyron Moore once again. This time, another reception. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a called play action pass, and all we're going to do is block for Tiny right here is the number 3 receiver in the slot. Great job by both wideouts, making sure that they block their man. Tiny does a really good job getting his pads down and getting in the end zone. So big conversion down here in the red zone for us. It's really important for us to make sure we get touchdowns. You can see the perimeter blocking showing up big with those 2 guys on the perimeter, and then Tiny does a good job of just bursting vertical. He has a knack for the end zone, and those are 2 big touchdowns for us this week.
And although we hear a lot about Jared Beard and the receiving core, Kyron Moore actually did finish with just under 100 yards receiving this game. Next play we're going to see from the defensive side of the ball, and it's a 3rd and 8, Coach, and your linebackers did a great job here. Tell us about it.
Well, you're right on that fringe zone. I mean, it looks like they're about on the 35-yard line, kind of on the edge of field goal range. A big 3rd and 8 call. We're trying to get them out of field goal position, so we bring some pressure here. Really good job by Gunner getting in, and you see Jason off the backside trying to add to this sack total. So we got him out of field goal range, made him punt the ball on 4th down. Big stop for our defense.
Like you said, huge stop on 3rd down, and Gunner Shalato is 2nd in the nation overall right now in tackles. And next up, we have another defensive play. This time, Sean Whittinghill, Jason Williams getting in on this one. Big play. What happened?
Well, it's 1st and 10 situation. They're already up 7-0. This is the way you're supposed to get off the ball at the defensive end position. Great job rushing the passer. They try a little flea flicker trick play to catch a big play on us right away, and Sean and Jason both get off the ball extremely well. Sean rips it out, and Jason's right there to recover, trying to get in the end zone. Good job scooping and trying to get in. We're going to work on his speed a little bit, but 1st and goal for the offense on the 9-yard line. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, and like you said, that's Jason Williams in there on the recovery, but he is our spotlight player this week, and we'd like to hear from you about what he's done for this team thus far.
Well, Jason's been great. He's an extremely talented football player, but he's also an even better person. And Marcus West did a great job recruiting him. We were recruiting him when we were at Chattanooga. We knew how talented he was, and as soon as we got the job here, we knew we had to go get him. He's been extremely productive. Every coach that I talk to each and every Saturday just goes on and on about what type of motor they think he has, what type of ability they think he has. He's been a leader even as a young player for us, and he brings that intensity and that effort that we're looking for on the defensive side of the ball. So extremely proud of him. I know he's going to be an excellent player. He'll rewrite the record books by the time he's done here, but he's even a better example of what we want in the student athlete here. So lucky to have him, and look forward for big things to come.
I'm Kevin Young, Athletic Communications Manager here at Austin Peay. We're in Fort Terrace Stadium here at club level. I'm joined by Jason Williams, freshman defensive end for the Govs this season. Jason, how you doing this morning?
Doing good.
Jason, let's get right into it.
All right.
Why Austin Peay? What made you come here? Coaching change, all this stuff. Walk us through your decision to come to Austin Peay and be a Gov.
Really is Coach Marcus West, the co-defense coordinator and defensive line coach here. He really influenced my decision on coming here. I was really wanting to go to UT Chattanooga, where he previous was, him and Coach Healy. But coming here on my visit, he really showed belief in me, recruited me for a long time. He contacted me my junior year and got me to come to a camp and really showed huge interest in me. And I feel like he was one of the first coaches to believe in me, so I feel like that's one of the reasons I came here.
That belief has now led you into playing early in your career. You've seen a lot of snaps, pretty much every snap on the defensive side of the football at defensive end. Had it pretty successful. You made a recovery on a fumble, kind of got tracked down on the play. I'm going to give you a hard time about that. But walk us through the season, the first 5 games here for the Govs.
It's been really tough this football season. Coming in at high school, it's been kind of a hard transition from high school to college. People are bigger, faster, and stronger. And I try to prepare myself as much as I can for the season, but it's been tough, and it's been a learning process, and I'm just trying to get better each and every day.
You face adversity on the football field every week. You've faced adversity in your life coming through. You have a unique background and story. Walk us through a little bit of that, and is what brought you to Austin Peay and how that's molded you into who you are today.
Well, it's a long story, but kind of where it began, the adversity really hit is when I left my mom at the age of 11, and we had some family issues, so it caused me to go in foster care. I didn't know my dad, and so going through foster care is a very lonely process, especially when you don't get to see your mother and your brothers and sisters, and having all that alone time and not really having, I guess, a sense of religion, not knowing God at the time. It was a very, very lonely process, and caused me to think and figure out where I wanted to go in my life and who I wanted to be. And going through that helped mold me a lot into the person I am today, and help build character, help getting through adversity and things of that nature.
Jason, your story is one of success in the foster system. Speak to your foster family and the support they've given you as you've grown and matured and continue this process.
It's actually a very crazy story how I got with them, but my mom and dad, Ashley and Jamie Williams, and my brothers and sisters, Maggie, Jack, and Drew Williams, they're all been very supportive of me since I got there, and it's I appreciate them coming to every game, being right there behind me in every decision I make, and love and support that they show me.
Jason, I appreciate you taking the time to join us today. We look forward to continuing to track your success here on the football field, on and off the football field here with the Govs over your next 4 years. Thank you.
All right, Coach. Big game next week, Jacksonville State. 4-1 so far this season, their only loss being to LSU. Tell us what you have planned so far.
They're talented. They're the gold standard in this conference for sure. Played the national championship game last year. Got a fifth-year senior at quarterback coming back and playing really good football for them. He's probably the best offensive player in this league. Defensively, they're extremely talented, and they've been able to hit on some transfers that are really good players that have been big additions for them. They've got a transfer running back from Auburn that's played really good football for them. Transfer defensive linemen that are, one of them's a preseason player of the year in this conference. So they're talented, and it's a tough place to play. They have beaten some really good football teams: Coastal Carolina, Liberty, Tennessee Tech, and with their only loss being to LSU. So our work will be cut out for us. I think they're well coached, and we're going to have to make sure and go play really good, mistake-free football to have a shot to beat them. So it'll be a great test for us, and another week in this conference. It's a great conference to play football, and anytime you go play the number 3 team in the country at their place, it'll be a tough matchup for us.
And like you said, that game will be away this weekend. But we will tune in and look forward to watching. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Go Govs.